What's going on, guys? It's time to talk about day 2 of Louder Than Life Festival. Took place on September 24th, and let's just dive right into it. So there's like 20 bands again. So first up, I've seen this band before. They're pretty cool. It was Joyous Wolf. They're a rock band. I can't remember where they're from. Somewhere in California, I think. They're pretty good. They have like a Led Zeppelin sort of sound to them and stuff, like modern day. And then the vocalists like still like jump around and do handstands and stuff like that while they perform and stuff. Always an um, entertaining watch to see them play and everything. Never really a dull moment. They always own the stage while they're on there and stuff, and it was such a great time. Great opening band. I know there's like one or two that were supposed to play before them, but they didn't make it. So, yeah, they got put in the opening slot. They're supposed to play on the main stage, but then they went to the side stage. It was a little hectic, but definitely owned it and definitely killed it. Opening up for day 2, Joyous Wolf is a really cool band. You should definitely check them out. Yeah, I haven't seen them, especially if you like classic rock and stuff, or one of those modern rock bands that you'll probably like and enjoy. I'm going to give Joyous Wolf's performance a 4.5 out of 5. I just wish they played longer, but that's what festivals are like. Like I said, this is the second time I've seen them. I saw them open for Buck Cherry, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I think I did a review on that somewhere on here, but yeah. Second band up, it was South of Eden. They're a rock band, just your generic rock band. They weren't too bad. They like to have a little fun on stage too and stuff. It was a little bit entertaining. I actually kind of enjoyed like the second half of their set. First half was like a little bit slower, but I'm not exactly sure where they're from, but yeah, they're pretty good too. They have a lot of like old school stuff. Like I'm pretty sure they did a cover of something, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But yeah, still entertaining. Cool, seemed like a cool group of guys and stuff. So check them out if you like standard radio rock and stuff like that. You'll probably enjoy them. I'm gonna give their performance a 3.5 out of 5. Okay, moving right along. Is an industrial rock band called Contra Cult Collective, or just Contra Cult. Yeah, I'm not sure where they're from, but this was interesting. I was kind of curious to see what they were. They look like in their publicity photos and stuff, they look like a gothic rock band. But yeah, they basically ripped off like Manson riffs and Rob Zombie riffs and made it their own, which is okay, but like I kind of want a little more creativity. I thought these guys were just basically ripping off other bands and trying to make it themselves, but it wasn't really that interesting. And when you have like an iconic riff like the Beautiful People riff in your song, it's kind of obvious that you're not really trying, sadly. I hate saying bad things about bands, but this one I definitely wasn't into. It seemed like almost up my alley, but definitely would have been if they tried to do something creatively new and not just try to rehash and make old songs, riffs and stuff and blend them together, make it their own, but when it's clearly obvious that it's a riff from a different popular song and stuff. So yeah, wasn't a huge fan of these guys. I'm gonna give them a 2 out of 5. Next up was the punk rock noise band 68 from Atlanta, Georgia. These guys were surprisingly so entertaining. It was like stand-up comedy with punk music. It's a duo, a drummer and a guitarist who's also doing vocals, and they kind of scream and stuff, but boy was it entertaining. And they always like they dismantled the drum kit while the guy's playing it while for the last song while they had to get off the stage and stuff. It was funny. It was really entertaining. I really enjoyed 68's set. It was such an entertaining, fun time. Too bad they didn't have any merch to buy. But yeah, definitely gonna look up online to try to find some and stuff, and definitely check out more of their stuff. They're really entertaining and a really cool punk rock noise band. Definitely have big things going for them if they continue on. I think there's definitely not a lot of bands doing what they're doing right now. So yeah, it's cool. You should definitely check them out. I'm going to give their performance a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely a new band for me to check out, and it was really interesting. Up next is a band from Cobourg, Ontario, Canada. That's close to where I live, called Cleopatric. They're a rock band, a rock duo. Now, this is more like soft rock, I find, and it definitely was not for me. This band almost put me to sleep. So I basically went and just got food and beer and stuff like that while they were playing. It wasn't really my type of music, and I thought they were pretty boring and wasn't that great or interesting. So yeah, Cleopatric, I'm gonna have to give you guys a 1.5 out of 5. Sorry, boys. Yeah. And then there's the hard rock band, The Violent. Not sure where they're from, but they're your typical radio rock. I found maybe with like a little hint of old school hardcore mixed in, and they had some interesting groups near the end of the set. That's when I caught them, but definitely nothing too spectacular or interesting. They basically just stood there and played. So yeah, The Violent, I'm gonna give a 3 out of 5, being a little generous, but definitely I can see things going better for them in the future. Okay, so this next band, this is my second time seeing this band. It's Fever 333 or 333, however you want to put it. They're a hard rock band from Eaglewood, California. Boy, do these guys know how to put on a show. They come out and just jump around. The vocalist like runs through the crowd, does like a in Slipknot where he jumps off like the lighting towers and stuff like that. Absolute blast. Set. Their music is really heavy live, and definitely a whole lot of fun. They definitely get y'all jumping, crowd surfing. The pit was fun for this band, and overall it was just a blast. I actually really enjoyed this. I gotta check out more of their music. I'm recorded wise, I'm not huge into them, but for the both times I seen them live, they were really well. They brought their A game. Even just for like a half-hour set, they go full on berserk and absolutely nailed it. It was awesome. I'm gonna give them, believe it or not, a 5 out of 5. That was fantastic. I definitely got to check more of them out. Also, and following that up is the shock rock industrial metal type band from Gothenburg, Sweden, Avatar. This is the second time I've seen them live, and they definitely killed it. Their stuff's always brutally heavy. This is when the pit, there's so much crowd surfing going on. For this, it's hard to like watch the set, but yeah, they definitely destroyed that stage. It was such a good show and stuff. Even though I only knew like most of the older stuff, some of the newer stuff is actually pretty heavy live and stuff. Definitely gotta check out some more of their newer stuff. But Avatar, absolutely fantastic. If you like Rammstein and like the shock rock Manson style and old school Manson style, like Mechanical Animals sort of, but with like a little heavier sort of sound to it, you should check out Avatar. It's pretty sick. And they may be making quite their name. They've been around for a while. So, but yeah, definitely a really good set. Really enjoyed them. I'm gonna give them 5 out of 5 too. It was really good. After that, Dead Sarah is a hard rock band, and they played the side stage, and yeah, they're from Los Angeles, California, and they're okay. They're kind of like sort of on the old school punk sort of side of rock, but nothing too fantastic about them. It wasn't really my thing or anything like that. I'm not huge into the type of music that they're doing and stuff, but it was okay. I'm gonna give them just a 2.5 out of 5. Then there was Starset. Now, this band I never heard of or anything like that. They're a hard rock band from Columbus, Ohio. A couple friends mentioned to me that they're pretty good. And boy, they have like this alternative rock sort of sound that's pretty interesting. They always talk about like how most of their songs are about like how machines and like technology's taken over and stuff. Sort of like what some of like the heavier stuff I listen to, like Fear Factory and stuff, talks about, but more on a more mainstream sort of feel and field. And yeah, they were actually pretty decent. I was pretty impressed with them. I might check them out a little bit more, but still, they're good live, but I'm not sure if I'm huge. I found their recorded stuff like a little more quiet and soothing, but live they were pretty good, and they had a cool like production look, like the costumes and stuff like that looked pretty neat. They definitely knew what they were doing, and yeah, it was pretty decent. I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 5. And after that, we have one of the bands I've seen the most out of all the bands playing the weekend, Killswitch Engage. This is my 5th time seeing Killswitch Engage, a metalcore band from Westfield, Massachusetts. So I hate to say this, but their set was a little slow. They played a lot of their new stuff. I only knew like 2 songs out of their whole like 45-minute set, and I wasn't really feeling it. It wasn't as like crazy and wild as the last couple times I saw it. Like I saw them at Heavy Montreal in 2019, and they had a way wilder set there. And where this one was seemed more subdued for like the rock crowd and stuff. I was expecting obviously to play like what's that popular song in the whatever. They play half their popular songs, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest set. I was kind of disappointed with it. They kind of just stayed there on stage. They didn't really do as much running around and going nuts and stuff like that as they thought. So, as they usually do. So, Killswitch Engage, I'm going to give them a 2.5 out of 5 for their performance. I was pretty disappointed with that, sadly. But I went over to the side stage where the big band closing it off was none other than the hardcore punk band Turnstile. They were surprised. This was the first time I ever checked them out, from Baltimore, Maryland. They were pretty sick. They have a lot of cool bounce riffs, a lot of good like throwdown breakdowns, and like the old school style. And they definitely brought their A game, and it was so much fun. A lot of people there. The crowd was great. The show was fun. A lot of energy with their show and stuff. They're always like bouncing around back and forth and having a blast on stage as much as the crowd in there. Definitely going to check out a lot more Turnstile stuff. I was very impressed with their performance and everything, even though it was only like 45 minutes, but still, they definitely crammed that set as much as they could and had a lot of fun doing it. So I'm going to give them a 4.5 out of 5. Then we got, one of the bigger metal bands that has slowly been growing for the last like 5 years, and that's the French metal band Gojira. I find them more thrash metal band than anything, but like newer thrash style, like thrash industrial sort of mixed together. They're from Andres, France. And boy, this is my 4th time seeing them live. They're really good. They played a lot of their new album, Fortitude, I think it's called. They played like 3 or 4 songs off that, which is like half their set list. And then like the only other song I knew was like Floating Whales. And then they had like a couple other filler ones mixed in. It was pretty good. Not as good as the Heavy Montreal set I saw back in like 2018, I think it was, and they really killed it there. But this one, it was still a lot of fun, but they kind of cut their set short, I thought. I kind of wanted a lot more. It seemed like they're just getting into the groove, then they had to get off stage. But still, Gojira is always an awesome band to see live. Always great and heavy. Definitely, if you see them doing a headline show, check them out. They're fantastic live. I'm going to give them a 4 out of 5 for their performance at Louder Than Life. Next up after them was the punk rock post-hardcore Titans Rise Against. This is the 2nd time I've seen them. I saw them headline 77 Fest back in 2019, I think it was, in Montreal. And then now they're playing this one. They're from Chicago, Illinois. And yeah, they were okay. This is more like where I went and got dinner, more beer, was getting drunk and hanging out with friends and everything. But I'm not huge into Rise Against, so they seem like they're your post-hardcore radio rock type band. They were okay. They're not like my favorite at all. I wasn't really interested in them, so I didn't really watch a whole lot of their stuff. But what I gathered, like you walk around the last 3 bands, they basically just played, and you can hear them anywhere you go. So but yeah, they were all right. I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5. Definitely nothing too spectacular about their set or anything like that. They just came out and played and had some fun. But the next band, boy, I always love seeing this next band live. That's Jane's Addiction. They co-headlined this night, like they're the second last band. They're a rock band from Los Angeles, California. If you're not sure, they do like Stop and Being Caught Stealing and stuff. A lot of other good songs. This is my 2nd time seeing them, and boy, it was crazy. Yeah, they definitely brought their A game. They had a lot of fun. The vocalist, who sometimes can be like a hard ass and stuff like that, was getting drunk, drinking bottles of wine on stage, having fun with us as well. And they definitely nailed it. And near the end of the set, I can't remember what song it was, but it was like a 10-minute song, and they had these aerial acrobatics where they pierced the skin above their some people have like extra skin above their shoulder blades, and they take these like buckles and they basically connect them and hang them from their skin. They were hanging up there for like 10 minutes, swinging back and forth. They had like headlamps on going on. It was quite the show and spectacle, especially near the end of the set. Hands down, that was one of the most entertaining things of the weekend. Did not expect to see that, and definitely a little shocking, but they always do something like that. Like the last time I saw them was like back in like 2016, and they had like those aerial acrobats who wrap themselves in robes, like curtain sort of things, and they climb up and down them without harnesses on, like 3 stories up, and roll down them and stuff. They had that the last time I saw them, so I wasn't surprised that they brought something like that out. They always do something like that. And Jane's Addiction is just a fun band to see live. I love seeing their stuff live. They're pretty good, so I'm gonna give them a 4.5 out of 5 for this. And then finally, for the last band, it was one of 2 sets Metallica played. They played like a greatest hits set, and if you're not sure about Metallica, they're a thrash metal band originally from Los Angeles, California. That's where they were formed, anyways. They're the biggest one of the big 4, and this was my second time seeing them live, and they definitely kicked ass. They played a lot of good stuff, all the great stuff, except for the stuff off the Black album. That's for later. But yeah, definitely, they played a 2-hour set. It flew by. Like, and they closed off with Master of Puppets. What better song to close off on the 10-minute Master of Puppets song? Yeah, they played some stuff off Hardwired, a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun. Definitely a good closing for day 2 of Louder Than Life in Louisville, Kentucky. Absolutely fun, and the day just flew by again, and it was absolutely amazing. I had a lot more fun this day than there's a lot more bands that I found more interesting and stuff playing live on the second day. Definitely another good day for the festival. I'm going to give this day 4.75. There's something about it that I want to give it a perfect score, but it's definitely up there for another great day. I don't know if it's just because it was like the whole weekend I knew I was going to be watching a lot of sick bands and stuff, and it was my first time out in like over a year and a half seeing shows and stuff, but another great day was in the books. And yeah, so that's it for what I thought of each band, or day 2 of Louder Than Life. If you're at Louder Than Life, let me know what you thought of the bands as well. If any of these bands sound interesting to you that you want to check out, there's links for all of them down below. Also, my Instagram's linked down below. Same with my TikTok, where there's tons of videos and pictures of the day and the whole weekend of all the bands that I saw and stuff. So check all that out if you're curious and want to see what it was like. Also, on my Instagram, there's also stuff from like shows past and stuff, the past shows I went to and everything. So yeah, definitely check those out. They're linked down below. Comment your opinions of Louder Than Life if you're there, and like what you thought of the bands. And if you have any bands that you think I should check out live, or if you want to check out your your band live, and state some opinions here on YouTube and help promote it maybe, let me know in the comments down below too. And yeah, so make sure you like this video, share it so more people are aware of it, and the weekend just gets crazier. Wait till you hear what happens day 3 and 4. So at Louder Than Life. So yeah, so that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe so you can hear more about the bands and everything that went on for day 3 and 4 of the festival. And I guess I'll see you all in that review. That's probably going to be the next one. So yeah, till then, I guess I'll see you all then. So yeah, rock on.